Hi, this is Jules, and welcome to my November wrap-up. So, I read 3 books in November, and I also managed to finish the book I started last weekend. So, let's get started. Oh, and also, I'll be reviewing these books as I go. So, there will possibly be spoilers, so if you don't want to hear spoilers, I suggest fast forward through parts or wait to watch this video. So let's get started. The first book I finished in November was A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. This story was a lot different than what I thought it was. I thought it was actually going to be kind of scary. But in the end, it was really not in the sense that I thought it was going to be scary. It was actually more sad, scary, lonely, and I felt bad for this boy and his mom. His mom is really, really sick, and she's basically so sick that he can't let her go to die, and he keeps trying to save her in his dream, and he gets a call from his monster, and he thinks it's just a dream and all that, but in a sense it's reality. So the monster ends up telling him about 3 tales, and that he's got to tell him a tale for the 4th tale. And as it goes along, every time this monster shows up, and after the monster leaves, by the next day there's something in his room. There's always something left in his room. And at first he just avoids it, picks up whatever it is, and puts it in a bag and buries it in the trash bin. But as it goes along, you get so close to the characters in this book. It's really heartwarming, very touching, and very sad. So I took the chance, I read this book, and I actually enjoyed this book a lot. I actually give this book 4 stars. It's a beautiful book, and for it looking like a scary book, and definitely the pictures in this is just impressive, and it makes you wonder what it's about, and you kind of thought it was going to be scary, but as you read it, it's really not. It's sad, it's scary in a sense, but not in the scary, like, where you feel like you're reading something and they're running for their lives, or something like that. This time, in this sense, it's scary and sad, and you don't want to let the person go in a bad situation. So if you like something family-oriented that has some mystery to it, and depth, and heartwarming, this be a book to try. So definitely recommend, definitely a good book. Oh, and thanks Ellie Wadsworth for getting me into taking a chance with this book. Thank you. The next book I read in November was Bottled Up by J. Murray. This book I didn't know nothing about. I just seen it, I picked it up, I gave it a chance. And it's not a series book at all, it's just a regular novel, like I said. And it looked interesting with the caps and everything. I just was curious what bottled up meant. And actually, it means the one sense where you keep stuff, feelings inside you and all that. But there was more to it. This kid, Pip, basically Philip, but he goes by Pip, and he has a brother named Mikey. And their father is an alcoholic and has a big problem, and he treats them both basically in a really bad sense. And when Pip was younger, he was treated this way, and as he got older, he's being more avoided. Now his brother Mikey is 6 years old and living the same thing. So Pip's always getting in the middle of his brother and his dad to protect his little brother. And also, Pip drinks at parties and does all that, and he's kind of following in his dad's footsteps. And there's other issues, family issues, and there's also issues on his end with his person and also at school because he gets almost expelled, and the principal makes a deal. They make a deal. They work it out and keep going back and forth where he's got to go to counseling or he'll get expelled, and he's scared that his dad's going to pretty much hurt him in a very bad sense. And if he gets expelled from school or hears anything bad, because he hates when his dad drinks, his dad becomes really mean pretty much. So he don't know what to do, so he's pretty much going through all this and trying to figure things out. But definitely a good book. And I gave this book also 4 stars. It was actually an amazing book, and it's got some funny parts and all that. He also has a drug problem as well in this story. And how he talks is funny and hilarious. And it makes you think. You try not to laugh, but it's kind of hard not to because it's funny in some of the things he says. Definitely a book I recommend to read. And also, Pip's only like 16, his brother's 6. I believe he's 16. Give me a second. Yep, he's 16. And yeah, at school he's skipping classes and sneaks a drink or whatever. He hangs out at cemeteries and everything else. So definitely an interesting family-related type of book. It is family-related, but it's a very, dysfunctional type of family in this book. In this story, the characters, they definitely have things on their mind and makes you keep turning the page to find out what happens with the 16-year-old boy and what happens if, does he get trust back from his father? Does his father change? Does his father at least start to change? It makes you wonder. So definitely recommend this book. The last book I read in November, I actually started last weekend and I managed to finish today, was Scrambled Eggs at Midnight by Brad Barkley and Heather Helpler. I adored this book. This book was so cute. I just saw it like months earlier and I thought it was funny, the title, Scrambled Eggs at Midnight. It just sounded funny, like, okay, why is this book called this? And I kept passing it up, next time. Finally, I got the book, decided to read it. Finally, I just finished it, like, about half hour ago or so, something like that. I give this book 5 stars. I actually really enjoyed this book. It was that cute. I really enjoyed this one. It was hard to it was hard to stop reading it and put it down for a minute. I literally read for hours to finish it today. So, these characters, Calliope and Elliot, they're so cute together. They do end up together. And when they first meet, found out why Green Lips, he had some white powder on his lips, illegal powder, and he popped bumble gum or something in his mouth, and that turned his lips green. So that was kind of funny finding out that's how his lips turned green, and that's how he meets Calliope, when his lips are green and in a bookstore. So, and as it goes along, they start liking each other and they hang out. They end up working things out. Things are complicated because her mother and her have been moving. Every couple of months they move. They stay another couple of months and they move somewhere else. It just kept happening. it gets to a point, a turning point, and it's finally up to Calliope to know what she wants. She's 15 years old, and so is Elliot. They're both 15, and they care so much about each other, and they want to live their lives. They don't want to be controlled. They're like saying enough is enough. So basically, Calliope stands up to her mother, and Elliot stands up pretty much in a way to his father. So definitely a good book. Definitely a book to read. Definitely a cute title, and if you like cute, romantic, and kind of family-oriented book, this be a book to read. Definitely a cute book. So that's all my books for November, and they are all young adult books as well. And as you can see, they're also all library books, so they'll have to go back. And I guess you guys can let me know what you guys read this month and all that. And you still expect that book haul coming up. And I know I mentioned it in my last video. I mentioned again just to give you guys aware that I will be doing it really shortly, hopefully in the next week. Also, it'll probably take more than one part, like I said. So expect it to be more than one part for the book haul. And I guess that's it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.